Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful globe of ours. I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First, which is currently being renamed Catch It as Live First, while we're trying to sort out our live stream issues with YouTube. We've got the Windies v South Africa. South Africa won the toss and they've elected to field. Sadly, we haven't got any live chat up and running. So, David Anthony Joseph Jr., we'll be missing you in the live chat, mate. Anthony B, I know you'll be supporting South Africa. Miss you in the live chat, mate. Cynthia, keep sending us them blessings. We need them. Empire Maker, I know you wouldn't be watching this. You'd be in bed waiting for to get up for work. But you're all missed. Genwill, you boys will be sweating soon, and this is a pretty much must-win match. Because one of these teams is pretty much going home. So it's going to be South Africa to field. Like I said, after winning the toss. Everything's set up. No live chat to set up. Sadly. Five seconds to go. Let's play ball, as they say, in the good old US of A. So it's going to be Johnson into ball. His first ball is going to be Mayers. Bit of swing there for Johnson. That'll be a dot ball. Left-handed bowler, left-handed batsman. Listening quickly, pitches that one up. Ooh, Mayers pushes that one back past the bowler. Goes for a quick single. Hope sends him back. So he gets back in his crease just, but there's a direct throw at the stumps from mid-on who came across. And the ball deflects as the, well, would be leg side wicket. Gets knocked over. And eventually, Mayers does get his single. What an eventful second ball that was. West Indies, 1 for none. Johnson waits to run in again, looks thoroughly unimpressed. And it's Hope on strike, a right-handed batsman, clips it down, tries to clip it down his leg side. That'll be given as a wide. That'll be an extra one added to the total. Johnson won't be too worried about that wide he's just given away. And the reason I say that is if you're not watching the cricket and you're just listening to this commentary, he's getting some movement in the air. This one he pushes across Hope, crashes that through the covers, but unluckily for him it's in the air and he finds the fielder at cover. And I'm afraid Hope has gone. West Indies are 2 for 1. And I never like to do it, but he's getting the duck. Johnson celebrates. He'll regret now taking the one for the overthrows. Shea Hope gone first ball. Caught Stubbs, bowled Johnson. Not the donut. That's the number, not the batsman. Just the start that South Africa wanted. Going to be Puran coming into bat. Usual at number 3. He'll be in a lot quicker than he would have hoped for, though, to be honest. Did you see what I did there? Hope's just been caught in the covers, and in comes Puran. What if the Pringle's ready? Oh. Out in. One ball, not what he wanted, all the West Indies. Johnson. Into Puran. That'll be a wide first ball up. That'll be 1 added to the total. Timed it lovely with the batsman, but straight to the fielder, unfortunately. The South Africans celebrate. Johnson into Puran. Bit of movement, mid-air. Hits the pads. All the fielders behind the stumps go up for a call of LBW. Bowler doesn't bother. I mean, not out, but it will be a dot ball. Indies 3 for 1. 2 balls left in this first over. Jansen into Puran. Bit of bounce from the wicket. It's down the leg stump. And it's wide of the leg stump. And it's a good take by the keeper. That'll be 1 added. That'll be 1 added to the total. West Indies are currently 4 for 1. 3 of those will be from extras. Big inside edge here from Puran. That'll come down to fine leg, actually. That was a big inside edge, but he'll take it. 5 for 1, the Windies move on to. 1 ball left in this over. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be the 9th ball of the over. Because it included 3 wides. West Indies 5 for 1. Mayer's on strike now. Bowls a bouncer there, does Jansen. As Mayer's ducking at the last minute. That's the end of the over. Mayers is on 1. Puran's on 1. 5 runs off that Jansen over. Who's going to be bowling their first over? And supporting Jansen. Markram, the ball, his first over. Puran, first ball. Is he going to have a look at him? No, he's not. He's going to go down the wicket and crash this one over deep cover. However, he doesn't get to the boundary. He's got to go. The only thing that's going to save him now is if it's a no ball. He got it off the bottom of the bat. Going for the big one. Johnson's on the boundary. Takes a good catch. I'm afraid he's going to have to go. This is a disastrous start for the West Indies. 5 for 2. Only 7 legitimate balls bowled. Puran goes 1 from 3. Caught Jansen, bowled Markram. Oh my word. Anthony B will be ecstatic. I can think of a West Indian supporter who won't be. David Anthony Joseph Jr. Your head will be in your hands, no doubt, my friend. Although we haven't got live chat, feel free, please leave us a comment. If you watch the video, please give us a like. We're desperate for likes so that YouTube know we're putting decent content out. Chase on strike, first ball, Markram. He drives that through mid-off, right to the boundary, 4 runs. Just what's needed. West Indies need a big innings from someone. Chase could be the man. Markram in again. Just clips this one into the leg side for a single. And for 2, the West Indies. Markram in. Mayer's on strike this time, pushes it through the covers, diving stop, that'll be a dot ball. I get the feeling the Windies are not going to be too interested in 1 and 2s. 2 balls left in this over. Markram into Mayers. This one's driven through the covers again, finds a fielder. There's a ring there of 4 fielders. 1 ball left in the second over. Power play still in effect. Only 2 players outside the 30-metre zone. This one's bowled on middle stump. Just chops it away there. Got third man. Make sure that's a dot ball. End of the second over. 5 runs from it. West Indies 10 for 2. Mayers is on 1 from 6. Jesus coming is on 5 from 2. Great crowding as you would expect. Antigua and Barbuda doing the competition and the home team proud. Yes. Waits to receive the ball from Jansen, which is a full toss. Driven through cover. That'll be a couple there. We'll move on for 12. Winner takes all from this game. Reminds me of an ABBA song. The winner takes it all. The losers better not carry on. I'll be getting done for copyright. Jansen into Chase. That's down the leg side. That'll be a wide. 1 added to the total. 13 for 2. 4 extras in that total up to now as well. Chase on strike, he's currently on 7. Jansen into the right-handed batsman. Bit of movement in the air again there. Chase just drives that one back, but straight to the bowler. That'll be a dot ball. Not bowling particularly quick, Jansen, but it's that movement, and obviously he's got the height, so he's getting a little bit of bounce off the pitch. He's in again to Chase. Pulls it into the pads. Tries to clip that one through the leg side, but misses the ball. unlike the pad. No appeal there. Just a dot ball, pitched outside leg stump, and Chase was definitely playing a shot. Just not a very good one. He stays on 7. Windies stay on 13, 2 wickets down. Johnson runs in again. Outside off stump. This one's driven through point. Much needed 4. Added to the total. No doubt that'll add to the batsman's confidence as well. Went a little bit finer than he expected, but not quite off the middle, but enough power on that to get to the boundary, that's for sure. Lost and Chase, he moves on to 11. Johnson into him again. This time he clubs it back over the bowler's head, just kind of a stand and deliver shot, but it's just gone straight up in the air, really. Crazy shot. The West Indies are imploding here. They move on to 18. That was just a thick inside edge, and the ball's been put down. Awful attempt at a catch by South Africa. So at the end of that over, let's refresh. That I was convinced that was out. Thought the catch had been made, and it just dropped through the fielder's hands, just behind the bowler's wickets. Awful fielding from South Africa. I take it back. The Windies aren't imploding, and from the last ball of the over, that's gone for 4 runs. So they're now on 22 for 2. Chase is on 12 instead of being 22, instead of being 18, instead of being 17 for 3, 22 for 2. What a crazy end to the over that was. Markram into ball anyway, Chase on strike, a bit of turn there, flicks that to square leg, be a dot ball. So Mayers is lucky to still be there. Is that the turning point in the West Indies' favour? Yes, tries to heave this one over the leg side, misses it, and the wide's been given because it's just gone down leg side. Just got very bitty, very nervy this last over. Markram is getting turned there. That's going to be another wide. It seems harsh because these are great balls. It's a spin that's taken it past the leg side pad. But rules is rules in T20. And that's a wide. This one he just clips to square leg. That'll be a dot ball. West Indies on 24 for 2. Yes, just heaves this one over to deep mid-wicket, all along the ground though. Wasn't a very good shot, but he'll take the single. Didn't time it very well. And then Mayer's on strike now. He just pushes that to mid-on. That'll be another single, 26 for 2. So far this over, we've had a dot ball, 2 wides, a dot, 2 singles. And that's not been as crazy as the end to the last over, which included a drop catch and a 4 off the last delivery. This one's bold to chase, bit flatter, bit more pace on it, just pushes that to deep mid-wicket. That'll be another single added to the total, 27 for 2, 1 ball left of this 4th over. Run rate's up to 7. And final ball this over. Plants his knee on the ground and sweeps it to the leg side. Doesn't time it though, it'll just be a single. End of the 4th over. West Indies on 28 for 2. Run rate, bang on 7. As we said, the players are looking a little bit nervous on both sides. Same can't be said of the West Indian crowd. They're in party mode, as you would expect. Still 2 balls left of the power play as well here. It's going to be Maharaj into the attack. Mayers will be on strike. He's on 7 from 9 deliveries. That's cut through point. Make that 11 from 10 deliveries. And the Windies move on to 32. Maharaj would have been wanting a more dominant start than that. This one just clipped onto the leg side, that'll be a single. Not sure if there's any weather around tonight, hopefully that's not going to play a part. Into chase, rocks back, puts that through the covers, diving stop, that'll be a dot ball. This one's tries to drive it through the covers, but just gets an edge, doesn't time it. That'll be another dot ball. 2 balls left in this Maharaj over. This one's tries to push it through the mid-on. Doesn't time that one either. And the bowler himself is able to move over to his right-hand side and field the ball himself. Struggling to time the ball at the West Indians. This one, he's planted his front. He's planted his front pad down the wicket. Slog sweep over the leg side. The fielder's there. Diving attempt for a catch. I think he got some hand for it, but the ball went over the boundary ropes, as did the fielder. That's 6. We'll have another look at it. Slog sweep over leg side. Fielder's under it. Gets it in his hand as he's falling over the boundary. And he would have dropped it anyway. Trying to stay the right side of the boundary. Either way, that's the end of the 5th over. 39 for 2. Chase moves on to 20 from 15. It'll be Mayers on strike at the start of the 6th over. Final over of the power play. Markram into him. Pushes that to short third man. That'll be a dot ball. It's all happening. This one's clipped through the leg side. I'm not sure if that was a drop or a bump ball. Either way, it's a single, 40 for 2. Have a look at the replay. Markham in. Swept to the fielder. Puts it down. Would have counted. That's 2 dropped catches now that you would expect the South Africans to have took. It's chase on strike. This one. Clubs too long on. Catches that well enough that it gets there quick enough that he only gets a single from that one. Markram into Mayers. Tries to cut this to backward point. Bit of bouncing that delivery though. Straight into the keeper's gloves. No bat involved. Dot ball. 41 for 2. Mayers on strike. He scored 13. Tries to sweep this. Looks like he could be in trouble there with an LBW. Given out. And I wouldn't review that. Look for the slog sweep over to the leg side, aiming for sort of deep mid-wicket. He has reviewed that. Whether he thinks he's got a little bit of bat, but it looked pretty plumb duff to me. Pitched on off stump. Didn't look like there's any bat involved. Hit him on his thigh with his knee on the floor. It's not an issue. Was there any bat involved? There was. There's a little tickle off the bat. But it was plumbed off LBW. Well, he got some bat on that, and it saved his bacon. Pretty awful shot, really. Full of risk. But Mayers is still on strike. This time he goes down the wicket. He's not been put off by that one. Timed it beautifully. Frustration of being given out when he wasn't hasn't stopped him from crashing that over the boundary for 6. West Indies move on to 47 for 2. It's all happening here. It's all going this first 6 overs. That's the end of the power play. We've had drop catches. We've had LBWs reverse because of a little bottom edge, and the next ball crashed into the crowd. Current run rate, by the way, is 7.83. Blimey. Who goes through? The West Indies or South Africa? Maharaj onto ball. They've got a slip in place. Flips this through to deep mid-wicket. That'll be coming back for the second. I was going to say that'll be a single. They come back from the second. They took the fielder on at the bowler's end. Direct hit would have been interesting, but there was no direct hit forthcoming. And that'll be 2 to the total. 49 for 2. This one's cut through point by Chase. There's a man at deep point though. That will only be a single. Well, that brings the 50 up for the Windies. We've got Mayers on 19 from 16. Riding his luck. But that's the name of the game at times. On 19, Mayers, chase on 24. Maharaj into the left-handed batsman. Just rocks back, tries to cut this one. No bat involved though. Straight into the keeper's gloves. Dot ball. Riding again. Mayers looks to come down the wicket, then doesn't. Stays where he is. Clips this. It's a deep backward square leg in the air, but no fielder there. But because he changed his mind, he didn't get the power on it, but he'll still get a couple off that. I thought he would have got a couple. They must have just took a leisurely single. My bad. Either way, 51 for 2. Now it'll be chase on strike. Right-handed batsman. Crashes this through the covers. Diving fielder can't stop it. However, they will come back for 2. Fielder at deep extra cover. Came round and saved the boundary there. 53 for 2 now the Windies move on to. The chase on strike, he's on 26. Final ball of the over. Stick outside edge to backward point. That'll be a single. End of the 7th over. 54 for 2, 7 runs from that over. Chase on 27, Mayers on 20. Don't know who's pushed the luck most out of the 2 batsmen. I'm staying on to bowl his 4th over, 1 for 19 currently. Chase on strike, rocks back and gets a bottom edge. Got a third man will make a diving stop though, that'll just be a single. The West Indies move on to 55 for 2. Run rate 7.67. Could be a lot worse this for the West Indies. Markham into Mayers, he looks to hoik it over the leg side. No contact with the bat though. That'll be a dot ball. Hits him in the ribs, I think. Yeah, it did. Yeah, this could be a lot worse for the West Indies. 2 drop catches from South Africa that you would have expected them to take. One that was unlucky with the fielder going over the boundary with the ball. An LBW that wasn't under review because there was a little tickle of an inside edge. So it's all happening. It'll just be a single. We move on to 56 for 2. Markram into chase, right-handed batsman. Flicks that off his hips. Deep backward square leg will run in and keep that down to a single. 57 for 2. It'll be Mayers on strike. He's currently scored 21 from 20 deliveries. Mayers bowls this one up, almost Yorker length. Oh my word. Almost a Yorker length. He drives it back past the ball in the air. Long on, long off, converge. They both run into each other. And the ball's gone for 6. Well, it's all happening here. What can I say? Didn't quite get to the pitch, the batsman. Got it off the bottom of the bat. Rabada and Jensen. Jensen dives. Rabada. Both had eyes on the ball. Rabada took Jensen out in the air as he was trying to dive and catch it. Gone 76 metres. ball's gone over the boundary, as did Jansen. Rabada stayed in field. If that had been rugby league or rugby union, there'd definitely be maybe a yellow card coming up for taking out the player in the air. That's exactly what happened. Rabada took Jansen out in the air. He's currently getting medical treatment, is Jansen. Blimey. Because we're as live, I'll just pause this while the fielder gets some medical treatment. Well, the good news is Johnson's up and walking now after a little bit of medical treatment. Rabada's staying on the pitch. Substitute fielder on. Johnson will just get himself together. 6'7"'s a long way to drop, isn't it? After all that, the West Indies are on 63 for 2. Still one ball left in the over. Well, Johnson's gone off now. I'm sure he'll come back on. I'm not sure. Oh, we're back up and running. Markram bowls to Mayers after that unfortunate incident. Just crashes that one to cover, but finds the fielder. That's the end of the 8th over. 63 for 2. Mayers on 27 from 22 deliveries. Chase on 29. Also from 22 deliveries. Score predictors 172. That'd be an interesting chase for South Africa to get, that's for sure. Nodge is going to come on to bowl his first over. I'm going to have to pop open another tube of Pringles in a second. Does look like Sebastian Vettel to me. Hodge runs in. Chase just drops this one down. Back past the bowler. It'll just be a single. That run rate of 7.84 is an interesting one. There's definite movement in the air. Nod in for his second delivery. Pitches it up on middle stump. That's just pushed through to mid-off. Dot ball. Well, the highlights at half time. There's going to be no shortage of incidents to talk about, that's for sure. Mayers waits again, Nodge T runs in. This time Mayers tries clubbing it over leg side. Gets a bottom edge into his pad. That'll be a dot ball. Mayers waits, bat aloft. This one gets on him a little bit quick, stays a little bit low, chops his bat. Just drops it in front of him and they'll scamper for a quick single. 65 for 2. The chase on strike. This one's bowled onto the pads, clipped to deep backward square leg. That'll just be a single. 66 for 2. Final ball of the 9th over. Norge runs in, bowls a bit of a bouncer there to Mayers. Batsman looks round as though to say, is that not a wide because of the bounce? The umpire's saying, not when it went past your shoulder, young man. That'll be a dot ball. In his best Brian Clough voice, young man. Nine overs completed. 66 on the board. A lot of dot balls in the innings. It's going to be Chase on strike. He's on 31 from 24 deliveries. Shamsi is going to come into the attack. Fabriz Shamsi. Leg spinner with a unusual style, reverse sweep there. Short third man. We'll keep that down to a single. All moves on by 1. This is the first time I've seen Shamsi bowl in this T20 in the World Cup, and he does have an unusual action. Runs in like a medium pacer, bowls with a leg spinner action, with his head pointed down at the release of the ball. This one just gets pushed to point for a dot ball. Ramsey in again. Mayers tries to club this one over the leg side. Mistimes it though, and it'll go to long on for another single. We're certainly looking for the big one there though. And if he'd have timed it, it may well have been. But he didn't. Chase on strike. Caught in his crease there, hit on the pads but going down leg side. Stifled appeal. LBW, but missing leg stump easily. Dot ball though. That's just pushed to mid off. That'll be a dot ball. Just 2 from this first over. Ramsey pitches this one up. That's a full toss. Driven through covers. That'll be another single though. End of the over. 69 for 2. Just 3 from that over. That'll be drinks. We'll pause the recording. That's the drinks break over. Hope you enjoyed it. Going to be Norge, bowl his second over. First one went for 3, no wickets. West Indies 69 for 2. Run rate's currently just below 7 at 6.9. Going to be Chase on strike. He's 33 from 28. Norge runs in. Bowls this one onto the legs. Hits the pad. Short third man. It's kind of short third man, kind of slipped there. It's a bit of a funny field position. Keeps it to a dot ball. No appeal. LBW. I did hear somebody shout, but more out of habit than expectation. Norgin again, Chase on strike. This one's pitched up. Drops the bat down on that, pushes it through point. Just be a single, 70. 2. Mayer's on strike now. He's on 29. Don't forget, the winner of this match takes it all and moves into the semis. The losers, it's adios. Myers stands and delivers there, clubs it through the covers but straight at the fielder. But that stung Maharaji's hands. However, a dot ball. Just watching the great Vivian Richards there, bringing the trophy out, placing it on the plinth, getting a great reception as you would expect. Norge into Mayers, steps to leg side, clubs this to mid-on, straight to the fielder. That'll be another dot ball. Just one from this over so far. Johnson's back on the field, by the way. After that collision with Rabada, he was 6'7". He might be 6'6" now. But I'm sure once he sleeps and his spine decompresses, he'll be back up to 6'7" tomorrow. Looks like he's alright now, actually. But he will be, or else he wouldn't be fielding, would he? Making a change to the field here, South Africa. Eventually. The cock's moving right over to leg side here to take this. Full toss in the end, driven to mid off. Just be a single. The batsman was ambling down there. There was a little shy at the stumps. Would have made it in, but needs to get in a little bit quicker than that. Was dilly-dallying. 71 for 2. Mayer's on 30 from 31. Chase, who's on strike now, he's on 34 from 30. Final ball of the 11th over. Tried to bowl it into the pads there of Chase, but misses. Goes down the leg side. That'll be a wide. Score moves on to 72. Batsman says, "Thank you very much." As do the West Indian players and supporters. Norge runs in again. Final ball of his over. This one's outside off stump. Batsman Chase spins. Pull it onto the leg side. Poor timing though, and it'll just be a single as it drops into mid-wicket. End of the 11th, 73. 2 wickets down. Run rate 6.64. I'm going to say, I will miss this World Cup when it finishes. In a fantastic carnival of cricket. The only downside for me will have been YouTube taking away my live stream rights. Got more details about that as well, which as soon as I get a chance, I will let you know. Jams it into ball. Chase just pushes it back past the bowler. Mid-off will scamper around there. Keep it down to a single. Jams it into Mayers. Mayers down the wicket. Clubs this over the covers. Goes to the boundary. Fielder dives. Can't keep it in. That'll go for 4. Just needs to be a little bit careful there, Mayers. Shamsy saw him coming down the wicket and bowled it a little bit wider. He got it on the bottom of the bat. If he hadn't got bat on that, it was a stumping. Pretty much for sure. This one's not timed. Club to long off. Just be a single. Didn't time it. Jansen runs round. Windies move on to 79 for 2. There'll be Chase on strike, right-handed batsman. This one swept over leg side. There's a fielder there. However, avoids the fielder. It crashes over the boundary. Forward square leg. Feet backward square leg. Couldn't get involved there. Split the two of them. 67 metres. That's flown over the boundary. From happy West Indian fans. 85 for 2 now. Reverse sweep comes in. Got third man. Diving stop. That'll just be a single. 1 ball left in this over. Concerted effort here by the batsman to take Shamsi on. One for 13 currently. The Mayers on strike now for the final delivery of this 12th over. He's down the wicket, brushes it out. Brushes it out to deep extra cover. However, got it off the bottom of the bat. The fielder runs in. I'm afraid he's got to go. Got it off the bottom of the bat. Good take there by the fielder. Shamsi, after taking a bit of punishment, gets his wicket with the last ball of the over. Good effort there, though, from Mayers. He's gone for 35 from 34. 3 fours, 2 60s. 18 dot balls in there, though. That's a lot of dot balls. Current run rate, 7.17. Chase is still in there on 43 from 34. Howell comes in. But considering that was the final ball of the 12th over, there'll be Chase on strike. Howell means business, by the way. He's coming with just a cap on, no helmet. And it'll be Maharaj into the attack. 0 for 18 from his first 2 overs. Chase on strike. Clubs this through the covers with that flat bat. That'll be a single. That last ball. That last ball that Mayers was out to, if he'd have left it, it would have probably been given a wide. That's how wide it was. That's probably why he got it off the bottom of the bat. Probably why he found the fielder and not the boundary. Powell, first ball, cuts that one to point. Just be a single. Deep backward point runs in there. Yes, finds the same fielder at backward point. Another single. 3 singles so far off the over. 3 balls delivered from it. 89 for 3, the West Indies. Current run rate, 7.12. Alright, balls to Powell. Tries to flick this through to the leg side. Just trying to push it. However, he's beaten in the air. I think it went under the bat. Or between the gate anyway, and his stumps have been clattered. Beaten in the air, it looked like there from Maharaj. Yeah, just looking to drive that straight back past him. He would have been stumped anyway if he hadn't been bowled. Hoffman Powell gone for 1 from 2 deliveries. Oh, he was stumped. I thought he'd been bowled actually. The keeper's gloves were right on top of the wickets there. I thought the ball had hit the wickets. Won't mind seeing that again, actually. He just dragged his back foot out of the crease. But I thought he'd been bowled. Apparently, it was a stumping. 89 for 4 now, the West Indies. Rutherford comes in. Finn Rutherford, what can he do? Can he dig the West Indies out of a hole that they're currently digging themselves into? Could have been a lot worse as well if the dropped catches had been taken. Although you can't say that because it changes the game, doesn't it? But 89 for 4, Maharaj in, Rutherford on strike. Bit of turn there, looks to flick that one to the leg side. Into the keeper's gloves, dot ball. Oh, goes between bat and pad there on the final ball. That'll be a dot ball to finish the over. 89 for 4. West Indies in a spot of bother. Maharaj has got it turning. I've got to say, Rutherford didn't look too convincing from the first 2 balls he faced there. The last one went through a big gap between bat and pad. I'm going to say a big gap, I mean a big gap. There's about a foot between bat and pad as he was trying to push it through the covers. Shamsi into chase. This one's bowled a full length. Just push back to the bowler, dot ball. Umpire's just having a word with him over his follow through down the wicket. Shamsi into chase. This one's clubbed back over the bowler's head, timed beautifully. That'll be four. The West Indies will move on to 93 for four. Chase moves on to 49. Pushes this to long off. That'll be 50 up for Chase. Batted well from 39 deliveries. Good effort there. Raises his bat and salutes the whole of the stadium. Plenty of love being shown towards him by the West Indian fans. He just gets a fist pump from his teammates at the non-strikers end, Rutherford. And it's going to be Rutherford on strike. He's got the dreaded donut currently from 2 deliveries. Let's hope for his sake we don't need to bring the duck out. 3 balls left of this Shamsi over. 1 for 21 so far. Wow, word, some turn there. Looked to cut it, did Rutherford, straight into the keeper's gloves, the cock. Big appeal. I don't think they're going to review that. No, they're not. Rutherford again. This time he gets an outside edge to first slip who's in there. Lovely catch, and he's gone. He didn't look comfortable at all, Rutherford, since he came in. It's 94. They're just going to check if that carried all the way. But I'm pretty sure. Do we get the duck out? Rutherford's walking off. He's pretty convinced. The fielder was pretty convinced at first slip that it had carried. Shamsi was convinced. And we'll find out now from this replay. Oh yeah, lovely catch there. Got his fingers underneath it quite easily. Chris Brown, the third umpire, rock and rolls onto the ball going into the hands. That's out. I just had a feeling we were going to get the duck out. Didn't look comfortable at all, Rutherford, with any ball he faced. That's gone. Official decision is there. Rutherford's already in the sheds, taking his pads off. He knew what was coming. 94 for 5, the West Indies. Run rate 6.8. David Anthony Joseph Jr., my West Indian friend from live chat, he won't be happy with this. Anthony B, my other friend from live chat, he'll be supporting South Africa and he'll be ecstatic. And still 1 ball left of this Shamsi over to complete his third, and his figures currently are 2 for 21. Going to be Russell with a blonde streak right down the middle of his head. If his head was a money box, you'd know where to put the money. Right in the blonde slot. No cap on, no helmet. Blonde hair shining under the floodlights. Shamsi runs in. Forward defensive shot there. That would have been... Any batsman would have been proud of that in a test match. 94 for 5. 6.71 is the run rate currently. 14 overs completed. Chase is still there. He's on his 50 now. Good effort from 39 deliveries. And he'll be on strike at the start of this 15th over. Wondering if there's going to be a young chap there trying to get so excited, waving his flag on TV. Struggled to get two hands in the right place. That's just pushed. That's just pushed. Long off for a single. There's the first yawn. Apologies. So just pushes that one backward point. That's a dot ball. Harajin giving it plenty of air. This one goes almost under the bats into the keeper's gloves. Another dot ball. I get the feeling Russell is having a little luck here. He's going to unleash hell any minute now. I can just tell. Clips that one to the leg side. That'll just be an easy single. He gets off the mark. 1 from 4 deliveries. It's Chase on strike. He's currently on 51. I just get the feeling that Russell's waiting to take the bowlers on. This one's pushed deep cover by Chase. That'll be a single. Busy day at work coming up today as well. Just we've got men around the bat here. That's the end of the 15th over. He just pushes that to the offside. That's a dot to end. 3 runs from the over. West Indies 97 for 5. Yeah, I've got a busy day coming up today. Typical Monday. All good though. Managed to get a few hours sleep before setting my alarm for 1 o'clock to get up for this match and this stream. Or this recording as it will be. Shams is going to bowl his 4th over now, 2 for 21. It'll be Chase on strike. Tries to club this one over the leg side. He's not timed it. He's just got a big top edge. It's gone high in the air. And Chase has gone for 52 from 41. Caught by Rabada. Excellent bowling effort here from South Africa and Shamsi. He's now got 3 for 21. And he's still got 5 deliveries left of his 4th and final over. Safe pair of hands there from Rabada. Never looked in doubt that that wasn't going to be taken. Roston Chase caught Rabada, bowled Shamsi, out for 52 from 42 deliveries. Run rates at 6.4. As it looks, that's not going to be enough for the West Indies. Obviously, you don't know how they're going to bowl and South Africa are going to bat. However, not where they would want to be at this stage of the game. An important game. This is actually the most important game that I've seen so far in the tournament, because this is, like I said, to quote the ABBA classic, the winner takes it all. The winner goes through to the semi-finals, the losers, well, it's curtains for the tournament. New batsman comes in. Ramsey, outside off stump to the left-handed. To the left-handed batsman. Beats the outside edge straight into the Cock's hands goes the ball. But luckily for Hossain, no bat involved. Ramsey into Hossain. Pulls it on his pads. All Hossain can do is push it back to him. That's another dot ball. 16th overs, not going well for the West Indies. A wicket and 2 dot balls. Fourth ball, Hossain rocks back. Punches that through point. Misfield, so there will be a single there. West Indies will move on to 98 for 6. Russell on strike with his blonde locks, right-handed batsman. This one's clipped off his pads. The deep square leg, just be a single. I just get the feeling any minute now Russell's just going to unleash all that power that he possesses, but up to now he hasn't done it. He's on 2 from 6 deliveries. Now he's just practicing a bit of a Hoik shot. Is that a forbearance of what's to come? Hossain cuts this to backward. Well, it's a short third man actually. Avoids the fielder. A much needed 4 runs, and that'll be the ton up for the Windies. We'll move on to 103 for 6. I don't think it was a false shot. I think he intended that. He most certainly did. Lovely shot from Hossain. We've got a slip in as well there. Of South Africa. It's going to be Norge to come back into the attack. From his previous 2 overs, he's gone for 7 runs only. No wickets, but great economy. Cameraman's panning around on some lovely West Indian ladies there, enjoying the cricket, sipping on a cocktail. What a way to spend a Sunday evening. Russell on strike. This time he takes Norge tee on. Clubs that into the air. Didn't think he got hold of it that well, but it's gone for 6. That was just not timed. Not off the middle, but just brute power. Look, that's flying over the boundary. Went pretty straight, actually. It's kind of between long off and long on. Straight into the crowd. The fire breather does his magic. There's a flame shoot into the air. Celebrating Russell. Clouting the first ball of Norge is over for 6. He moves on to 8 from 7. Got his helmet on now as well. This one's just clubbed over the leg side. This is what I was expecting the over before. This time he just flat bats it over the leg side. Deep mid-wicket boundary. was cleared with some ease. That went with some power. 115 for 6. The Windies move on to. I was wondering when this was going to happen. And in his own head, he's probably said to himself, unleash hell. This time, Norwich T runs in, bowls into Russell's pads, wide down the leg side, manages to get a bat on it, and it'll go down to fine leg at a rate of knots, just be a single. Didn't like that, did Norwich T, then first two going for 6. A little bit of extra pace in that ball, and it had Russell hopping on his crease. Still got a single for it though. It's going to be Hossein on strike now. Norwich T runs in. Left-handed batsman. Good delivery. All that Hossein can do is get his bat and body behind it and push it back to the bowler for a dot ball. Run rate's just under 7. 6.96. Kind of spoilt Norwich's figures then first two balls. Comes in again. Hossein waits, beats him on the outside, straight through to the keeper. No edge on that though. Great delivery. Yeah, he's on 0 for 20 now. But 12 of those came in the first two balls of this over. And Russell clattered him for 2 6s. And never has the word clatter been more aptly used in those first two shots from Russell. Either way, Hossein on strike. This one's bowled into his hip, just pushes it to leg side. That'll be a quick single as the bowler fields his own delivery. End of the 17th. Windies won 17 for 6. That run rate's at 6.88. Russell's on 15 from 9 now, but it'll be Hossein to keep the strike after that single off the last ball. He's currently on 6 for 7. From 7. Great carnival atmosphere in the crowd as well. Lots of dancing, lots of bright colours, lots of rum punch, no doubt. What I'd give to be there now. Could be trying to bring it live to you. I'll tell you where we're up to with that as well. After some more, I'll do it at the innings break. Going to be Rabada coming into the attack. Hossein on strike. This one's just, oh my word, this will be tight. So Hossein there, that was bowled outside off stump. He's tickled it down to short third man. Russell's gone for the quick single. The fielder has shied at the stumps. It's a direct hit. Russell might be struggling here. He might be struggling because it was a direct hit. First ball from Rabada. Yeah, it was just cut to backward. Just cut to short third man. It was Norwich T. Ooh, that's close. That's close. I think he's just gone. And it's literally like an inch. So the bat's grounded. He's just gone by about, I'll say 3 inches. He's gone. He has gone. The groans roam around the stadium. Russell's frustrated with that. He's angry. Ran out by Norwich. That's about 3 inches. And that's what he was run out by. He was just starting to unleash those shoulders and that power on the South African bowlers at a time when the West Indies most need it now coming into the close. But he's gone, and it would have been his shout as well. He wouldn't have been expecting Norwich with the direct hit that did for him. So it's going to be Alzari to come in. More blonde hair on the top. Alzari Joseph, best of 14 not out so far this tournament. I'll be hoping he can better that now. The West Indies need him to put in a big innings at the close. Rabada runs in, right-handed batsman. Pushes this lovely shot through to mid-off. That'll just be a single. But it looked very correct, very technically correct. Just watching the run out again. Young South African fan in the crowd there. His little eyes nearly popped out of his head when he saw the bails come out. His face lit up as he was giving it the... I think he was eating crisp or something. That was a dot ball. Just pushed back to Rabada. 118 for 7. The West Indies. 3 balls left of this 18th over. Run rate 6.74. Going to be a left-handed Hossain on strike. Just drops that in front of him. He's looking for a quick single. He's sent back by Alzari, rightly so. As the fielder at cover comes steaming in. That ball previous, there was a bottom edge. It should have been given out, but nobody appealed. Hossain, this one's pitched up. He drives it back at Rabada. Caught and bowled. I thought it was a bump ball at first, but no. He just drilled it straight at Rabada, who took a good catch on his follow-through. Hossain has gone. 118 for 8. Yeah, the bat just turned in Hossain's hand as he hit it. Timed it poorly and it just came back to the bowler. Caught and bowled. Rabada. Keel Hossain goes for 6 from 11 deliveries. Banging trouble here, the West Indies now. 118 for 8. 1 ball left of the 18th over. 2 wickets in this first over for Rabada. Although one of them won't go down to him, will it? Because it was a run out. But he runs in for his final delivery. Morty on strike. He just raises his bat, lets that go through to the keeper. End of the 18th over. Just a 1 run from it. South Africa will be delighted with that. I mean, let's be honest, Rabada's not a bad bowler, is he, to be bringing on at the death? He's only going to get he's only going to bowl 2 overs. Maximum, that's assuming they bowl him in the... He will have the last over as well. That's assuming he gets there. As things stand, it looks like the Windies aren't going to be progressing. However, South Africa have still got to get a job done when they come into bat. There's a bit of movement in the air from the ball. It's not going to be easy batting, but unless they can make another 40 on this last couple of overs, I don't see them winning this now. That'll just be a single there from Alzari, and it'll be Morty on strike. I mean, if they were top order batsmen, and it would be a struggle to get another 30 or 40 from here. I don't see Morty and Alzari doing that unless the luck's in. You never know. It's a funny old game, or it can be. Norge runs in, Morty on strike, just hangs his bat outside the off stump there, trying to get something on it, but straight through to the keeper. Got to be a dot ball. Flew through to the keeper as well, that did. See where umpires are just having a word with each other. Morty on strike. Norge runs in. Manages to get his bat on this outside the off stump. Can only push it to point though. That'll be a dot ball. A big day tomorrow of cricket as well in the Australia, India, Afghanistan. Norge runs in. Motti on strike, full toss, swings the bat, gets an edge, flies past the wicket keeper. Goes for four. Third man had no chance of getting that. It literally flew off the edge. Would have been a perfect catch for about the third slip there. West Indies, 4 valuable runs, 123 for 8. That run rate, 6.59. Just changing the field there. Morty waits. Norge bounces him. Just ducks underneath it. Didn't need to duck too far actually because that's been given wide on the height. That'll be one vital run added to the West Indian total. 124 for 8. 9 extras in the innings. Norge runs in again, Morty waits, steps to leg side, swing and a miss, over the stumps, into the wicket keeper's hands, a dot ball. There's not one South African bowler there that's been taken to town. They're all around 6, 7 and over for the economy rate. Norge T runs in. Swing and a miss there in the final ball from Morty. Right through to the keeper. 6 runs from it. It's gonna be Alzari on strike at the start of the 20th and final over of the innings. Been a struggle pretty much all the way through for the West Indies. Some of it's been their own doing, but they've also had some great bowling. There's also been some drop catches from South Africa, which has helped, believe it or not. Two that come to mind straight away. One that was a difficult one where the fielder went over the boundary ropes with the ball. Can't really count that one. It's Alzari on strike. Rabada runs in. Ooh, swing and a miss. I don't know how that's missed the stumps, but it has. Got ball. Rabada's got 1 wicket for 1 run from 1 over and 1 ball. Lovely symmetry there. Although it won't last for much longer because Rabada turns, he's running in. Alzari waits. Clubs this over the leg side. There's a fielder out there. That goes for 6 though. You had forward square leg, deep backward square leg. And Alzari found the gap between the two. Went for 6, much needed. Cleared the boundary with ease at 69 metres. Not the biggest boundary there, is it? But you found that well. 130 the West Indies move on to. 4 balls left of the innings. That run rate's up at 6.72 now, so a little bit more respectable. We'll be hoping to get at least into the 140s here. Give the bowlers something to bowl at. What can Alzari do? Rabada runs in. This time he clubs it to mid-on. No fielder there, so Rabada will field it himself. It'll just be a single. Scoreboard moves on to 131. 3 balls left. Dot, a 6, a single. And a blank canvas for the final 3. Who's going to come out on top there? Rabada the bowler. Or the West Indian batsman. We'll find out. It's going to be the left-handed Motti. Or Morty. On strike. Rabada runs in. Step to the leg side. Swing and a miss. Goes through to the cock. Alzari backs up. The cock shies at the stumps. Misses. The bowler rolls it to his own stumps. Misses. And it'll be a single added to the West Indian score. Nothing ridiculous there by the bowler. You know, you don't want to be giving 4 overthrows away, do you? 132 for 8, the West Indies. 2 balls left of the innings. Alzari waits. Clubs this over to the leg side. They'll take 2 for a scamper on the fielder's arm. They'll get there. They will get there. It just kind of went to the mid-wicket region. Fielder converged from deep mid-wicket. $134 for 8. It's going to be Alzari on strike. He's on 10 from 6, so good effort there. Morty, the other end, scored 4 from 7. He's going to have to go over the boundary ropes without touching. If they're going to get to 140, a 6 needed, really. What does Alzari do? Just clubs it flat back into the ground, back over the bowler's head. That'll be a single off the last ball. 135 for 8, the West Indies. 20 overs completed. Alzari finished on 11 from 7 deliveries. Morty on 4 from 7 deliveries. That run rate, 6.75. Is that going to be enough? I'm not convinced it is, but we'll find out. We will find out. So I'll just tell you quickly, at the end of that innings, I had a look at a copyright strike that got put against us, and it was from a company, I forget the name now, but they're an online company that was set up to stop South American football matches from being live streamed illegally. And then they've come over to Europe and they're online. I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. So when they're obviously now doing everything they can on Amazon's behalf, because obviously what's going on in Australia with the cricket being behind a paywall, and I think because there was a GIF that was playing, we had a little montage going of about 3 seconds each or something of various cricket things, just something to watch while the commentary's on. All free to use. You know, you can get them off Giphy, you can get them off Tenor, and that's it. But obviously there must have been something on there that was a GIF made from something that Amazon Prime had screened. And that's why they put a copyright strike in against us for a 3-second GIF. So we've got in touch with them, we'll see what they say, see what YouTube's saying, hopefully we can get back live streaming. I understand people have got to protect their own property, not arguing with that at all. But for a 3-second GIF that's free to use, it smacks of sour grapes from Amazon and overzealousness from the company IOD or something they're called, something like that. But yeah, especially the issue is when Australia play, and I'm convinced it's because Amazon Prime have got the TV rights. So I believe. I know the government aren't happy about it in Australia. So that's where we're up to. So hopefully we'll hear some more about this tomorrow and we can get it rectified. But while the break's on, we can now take a quick comfort break myself. I'll pause the as live recording, and in a split second, the South Africans will be out to bat. Just like that. Fielding teams coming out onto the pitch. The batsmen are already there, waiting for the fielding side. What message does that send out from the South African batters? They need 136 to win. .7 the run rate. It's going to be Hendricks and Quinton de Kock opening the batting. And if you're joining us late, well, you won't be because it's not a live stream, is it? But just to point out, the winner takes it all. In the words of one of the best pop groups ever, in my view, ABBA. I've said it earlier on, I even sang the words for you. Winner takes it all. Yep, the winners will be moving into the Super 8 from the Super 8s into the semi-finals. It's going to be Hossain to open the bowling. And it's going to be Quinton de Kock on strike. The first ball comes in, a slip in place here. Pulls it onto his pads. Spins to pull it to the leg side. Not what the West Indies wanted there. Short fine leg couldn't stop that. There was a bit of bat involved. All McCoy could do was follow it to the boundary. Hopefully the scoreboard will update itself soon, but 4 for none, 1 ball gone. There was bat involved because it's gone over to De Kock. This one's just pushed through to covers, dot ball. Here we go. The scoreboard is updating. Not quick enough though. This one's chipped over mid off there. Power play in effect, so it's a pretty safe shot as long as you get enough on it. Over mid off and to the boundary. Just a little step to the leg side there for Quinton de Kock. Timed it nice enough. One, maybe just 2 bounces before it went over the boundary. 8 for none from 3 deliveries. Hossain in again. De Kock waits. Bit of spin there. Cuts this to backward point. Little bit too short there. Not third man. Didn't stop that. And with the power play in effect, there's nobody on the boundary. 12 for none. South Africa move on to. Still 2 balls left of this first over as well. Target 136. Bit of turn there for De Kock. Just pushes that through onto the leg side. That'll be a dot ball. Final ball of the first over. Hossain in. De Kock just pushes this to mid wicket. That'll be a dot ball. End of the first. 12 for none. De Kock faced all 6 deliveries and he's scored 12 all to himself. So now it's going to be Hendricks on strike. Just going to find out who's going to open the bowling for the West Indies at the other end. It's going to be Russell. He runs into Hendricks, right-handed batsman. This goes down leg side. Was there a little an appeal for a little clip off the bat that the keeper's convinced it went down leg side? It's not been given as, I've not seen it be given as a wide. A massive appeal. Hendricks tried to clip it through the leg side. Went straight through to the keeper. And straight away, the keeper went review. Well, I don't think it went off. Kind of lost sight of it. We're going to need ultra edge. Decision is not out originally. But when past ultra edge, there was a clip. There was a clip. It looks to me like the wicket keeper was right. Otherwise, it would have been given a wide as well. Here we go. Game on. Hendricks has gone. First delivery. He takes the big donut off with him from one delivery. And the Ducks following him all the way to the boundary fence. Yeah, as soon as that ball went down the leg side, I didn't hear anything. And I was just waiting for the umpire's arms to stretch out like an eagle, saying wide delivery. But straight away, the keeper was up appealing, running in, and giving it the old as soon as the umpire didn't give it out, and with good reason. Hendricks has gone. So Russell, with his first ball, takes a wicket. Coming to the crease, Aidan Markram. El Capitano, best of 46 in the tournament so far. Russell runs in. Bit of a waist swing there. That's just pushed into cover. Dot ball. We could have a game on our hands after all. Just a reminder, target for victory and a place in the semi-finals is 136. Markham on strike. Pushes this through the mid-off. That'll be another dot ball. So with his blonde money slot on the top of his head. A great start to the second over. He runs in again. Markram's on strike. Markram steps away there. Russell looks far from pleased. Sure what went on there, whether someone walked in front of the sight screen or if he just wasn't settled, or not sure what happened. Either way, it was a dead ball. You're running again. Russell to Markram. Bit of width outside off stump. Markram crashes this one, doesn't time it though. We fielded at deep cover eventually. As soon as it went so high, as soon as it landed, it just died. Nalzari chases that, stops it going for four. 14 for one, just two from that shot. It looked for all the Team China that was going to sail over the boundary, but just poorly timed. So in again, slower ball to Markram. He pushes this to mid on, and he'll get a quick single there. 15 for one. One ball left in the over, and it'll be De Kock on strike. Currently 12 from just 6 deliveries. This Russell's over has gone wicket, dot ball, 2 run, 1 run. And the final ball to come. The Cock's just making his guard. Walks down the wicket, taps in a few little divots, surveys the field. Left-handed batsman waits. Russell runs in. A little bit shorter, just spins on the crease there. Pulls it over the leg side. However, he just finds a fielder at deep backward square leg. That's a wicket, and it's an important wicket. The wicket of Quinton de Kock. He's gone for 12. Got high on the bat, that did. Simple catch for the fielder. South African fans have the head in the hands. 15 for 2. That's the end of the second over as well. Quinton de Kock's got to go. He curses his luck. Oh, what a game we have. So much at stake in this match. Oh my word, what has happened? It looks like it's snowing. We just went off for a TV break there, and as it flashed back, literally the covers are coming on quickly. There's like a squall coming. Somebody's going to fall there and get caught under the covers. Oh no, he regains his footing. Had visions of there just being a lump on the wicket with a big square cover over the top. Everybody in the crowd, they're huddling under umbrellas. This has come from nowhere. Some people are just not bothering and enjoying the cool, refreshing rain. But it's that horizontal rain at the minute. That's come from nowhere. Well, good timing really, the end of the second over. And what we'll have the ability to do, because this is being recorded as live and then uploaded, we can pause the recording so you don't have to hear me waffling on. And hopefully, when we come back, there'll be some play. Oh, blimey, that is some heavy rain. If things stay as they are, I think it'll be South Africa going through on a better run rate. So the West Indies will be hoping we get the game back underway at some point. But people are taking cover under tarpaulins, under chairs. We'll be back once play resumes, hopefully. Just like that, we're back. We've lost over an hour of play due to that horrendous rain that came in. It was a real squall. So there's now revised playing conditions. Target is 123 in 17 overs. We've lost 3 overs. That's Duckworth-Lewis adjusted. Power plays are going to last for 5 overs. 2 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 4 overs. 3 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 3 overs. So that's the adjustment. So the target now is 123. The good news is everybody's out on the field. We are good to go. We're going to get some more cricket. South Africa on 15 for 2. It's going to be Hussain to bowl his second over. First over went for 12 runs. No wickets. Let's play ball. Markram on strike. Ooh, beaten outside the off stump there. Straight into the wicket keeper's hands. There was an appeal for a caught behind. Umpire's not impressed. Not missed the outside edge there, but a great ball from Hussain. That's for sure. In for the second delivery. This one's cut to backward point. They're taking the fielder on. That'll be a single. 16 for 2. Markram, he moves on for 4 from 6 deliveries. It's going to be Stubbs, the new batsman, in. He's got a best of 33 from the tournament so far. No more delays. I've got to get up for work soon. Hossein into Stubbs. Pushes this one through cover. That'll just be a single. 17 for 2. South Africa move on to. I was falling asleep earlier, waiting for it coming back on, watching some replays that Sky had on, and I fell forward. Headbutted my microphone. I could do with some strong coffee. I'll have to settle for some fizzy pop. Hussein into Markram, right-handed batsman. Pushes this through cover. That'll be a dot ball though. Two balls left in this third over. Markram on strike. Reverse sweep there. Beats the man at short third man. That's going to run away to the boundary. There was a big appeal there. I think they were trying to say it came off the pads, but definitely bat involved. South Africa move on to 21 for 2. Markram. He's on 8 from 8 deliveries. Stubbs is on 1 from 1. It's Markram on strike and there's one ball left of this third over. Just push to long off. That'll be a single to end the over. 22 for 2, the West Indies. Now chasing 123. Duckworth Lewis adjusted. Like I said when we came back out, it's been reduced to 17 overs. Going to be Russell to come into the ball, and he bowled 1 over, 2 wickets for 3 runs. Impressive stuff. Going to be Markram on strike. And Russell doing this 6 deliveries. He runs in. Markram waits. Bit of bounce out the pitch. That's just played to mid wicket for a single. $23 for 2. Stubbs on strike. He's 1 from 1. Right-handed batsman. Russell runs in. Oh my word. He bowls it full just outside the off stump. Stubbs gets some back to it but can't stop the forward momentum of the ball, and it just misses the off stump. That's a dot ball. Yeah, just got the bottom of the bat onto it. He was late on the shot. Just played it into the ground. It carried on going through to the keeper. He gives it the old under his helmet, and I'm not surprised. Look, be a lady tonight. And the batsman had some there. Russell runs in. Stubbs on strike again. This time he cuts it to point. The crowd think it's a catch. It's a bump ball though. It's also a dot ball. 23 for 2 still. Just 1 run from it. 3 balls remain. Outfield looks to be dry now. There were some big puddles on it earlier. Russell in. Stubbs pulls this to leg side, mid-wicket fields. Doesn't gather it cleanly though. They'll scamper for a quick single. 24 for 2. I'm on strike now. Russell runs in. This one's clattered through the covers. Played it on the up. Timed it beautifully though. That thrashes into the boundary. Bounces back off the boundary. And it had that much momentum. It then spun back towards the boundary. A little bit like if you play snooker and you have a lot of top spin. You hit the cushion and it bounces off, but then it spins back towards the cushion. That's what that ball just did when it hit the boundary. 28 for 2 South Africa. Russell in, final ball of the over. Markram just plays that down, tickles it to short third man. Single from that. 7 runs from the over. 4 overs completed. 29 for 2 the West Indies. Chasing a Duckworth-Lewis adjusted score of 123. Match reduced to 17 overs now. We've got Stubbs on 2 from 4 deliveries. Markram is on 15 from 12 deliveries. Hossain gonna ball his third over. First 2 have gone for 19, no wickets. The sun's well and truly up now in the UK. Markram down the wicket to the bowler, just pushes it to mid-on. That'll be a single. It's kind of like a deep mid-on there actually. Anyway, Stubbs on strike. Hossain into ball. Steps back in his crease, pushes this through to cover. The crowd go wild. I think it's a catch, it's a bump ball again. Also a dot ball. 30 for 2, South Africa. Hossain into Stubbs. Steps back, gives himself some room. Cuts it through the covers. That flat batted cut shot races to the boundary. 4 added to the total, 34 now. And that gap between cover and cover point. Beautiful shot by Stubbs that was. 34 for 2. Hopefully the scoreboard will update on here. Trust me, I'm right. Similar shot again. Just gave himself a bit of room, opened his shoulders, cut it through the covers. 38 for 2. Back to being expensive over this now for Hossain. Gone for 9 off it already, still 2 balls to go. Power play will end at the end of the 5th over now. So that's been reduced by 1 over. Stubbs on strike. Tickles that down to short, fine leg. That'll be a single to end the over. Oh no, it won't. There's 1 ball left, apologies. 39 for 2. Getting ahead of myself there. Going to be Markram on strike. This will be the final legal ball of the over. Right-handed batsman. Clubs this down. Oh, bit of a misfield there. Got fine leg, a bit of a misfield. He took the pace off it though. Won't reach the boundary, but it will be 2. Ran the over. 41 for 2. Not for 31 from 3 for Hossein. He's better than that. He's better than that. But it is what it is. In an advert for Viagra. Who needs Viagra when you've got cricket like this? That's the end of the power play. It's going to be Alzari to come into the attack, and Stubbs will be on strike. Stubbs is on 11 from 8 deliveries. Markram is on 18 from 14. 41 for 2. South Africa. We'll see what Alzari Joseph can produce here. He runs in, Stubbs waits. Clips that one off his legs through to beat backward square, just be a single. Zari runs in again. This one's crashed back over his head, but it's not timed very well at all. Not timed well at all. Mayers gets the wicket of Markram. Fielder at mid-off just waited for that ball to come down, took the catch. Markram's got to go. Goes for 18. Went for the big shot over the batsman's head, over the bowler's head, and the batsman didn't time it at all. 42 for 3 now, South Africa. The captain makes that horrible walk back to the shed. 15 deliveries, 18 scored. So a good start to Alzari's first over. 1 wicket for 1 run from 2 balls. It's going to be Klassen coming into bat. A little bit more hope starting to filter around this ground. Klassen, a right-handed batsman. Alzari into him. Good ball. Puts the bat down a little bit inside out and gets a thickish edge down to third man. That'll be Klassen off the donut. 1 from 1. 43 for 3. South Africa move on to. Comes on strike now. Bit of extra bounce there. Just edges that down to third man for a single. 44 for 3. Stubbs moves on to 13. Klassen moves on to strike. Just 3 off this first over for Alzari. Also a wicket. 2 balls left to bowl. Alzari steams in, bounces Klassen. Klassen just ducks underneath it. However, it goes over the wicket-keeper's head. It's also been given as a wide. That'll be 5 added. 5 valuable runs added to South Africa's score. 49 for 3 wickets. "74 more runs needed from 68 deliveries. Klassen on strike, he's on 1. Just pushes this one down in front of him, fielded by the bowler, Alzari, and that'll be a dot ball. One ball left of this 6th over. The power play already ended at the end of the 5th because it's Duckworth Lewis adjusted. But Klassen will take strike. Alzari runs in. Just cuts this one down to 3rd man. That'll be a single to end the over. 50 up for South Africa. 3 wickets lost. 6 overs completed. Going to be Gudakesh Morty coming into the attack for his 1st over. It'll be Klassen on strike. First ball, clubs it straight back over the bowler's head. Humongous hit. Waste no time whatsoever. No thought of having a look at Morty. He just clubbed that straight off the middle of the bat. 95 metres for 6. That's going to be 56 for 3 now, South Africa. Not what the bowler wanted from his 1st over. Not what the bowler wanted from his 1st delivery. We'll see what he can come back with now for his 2nd. Can he take the attack to the batsman? Or does Klassen go for a clatter again? He goes for a clatter again. Doesn't time it though, just pushes this one. Well, clubs it. The long on. Just be a single. Throw came in. It was a bit wild. I was just checking to see if there was going to be any overthrows, but plenty of fielders backing up there. Finally poised this match. Morty into Stubbs. Pushes this through to Longo. Just take a single. Move on to 58. And a new target of 1, 2, 3. For victory. Morty into Klassen. Gives himself some room. Cuts it through point. Fielder dives for it, can't quite get his hand on it, and it'll run away for a boundary. Bowler goes on to the score. 62 for 3 now, South Africa move on to. This was close to the fielder at backward point. Oh my word, full stretch dive. Almost as a matter of inches in it. Either Fuller goes on to the scoreboard, which it did, or another few inches, and you're walking your way back to the sheds, and another wicket would have fallen. Klassen flicks this one fine. Short, fine leg, can't field that. Can't get a hand on it. That's another 4. Good over this. Good over this. For South Africa, they move on to 66 for 3. Just got a little bottom edge that went really fine, and short fine leg couldn't stop that going to the boundary. It was just to his right hand side, but went with pace. Final ball of the over. Klassen gets a thin edge past the wicket keeper. Short third man can't intervene because it was such a thin edge. That races to the boundary again. 20 runs from that over. That's 7 overs completed. Klassen was looking to put that through the covers, but got the edge that went fine. Either way, they all count. Won't be happy with that, Morty. 1 over 20 runs. Stubbs has moved on to 14 from 11. Klassen, 21 from 8. 53 needed from 60 deliveries. And now we've got over 5 overs completed. We will get a result in this match. It'll be Alzari to come back to bowl his second over. First over went for 9 runs, 1 wicket taken. He runs in, Stubbs waits. Ooh, beaten by the bowler there, gets an outside edge, but it goes past the keeper. Races away for 4. Good ball there. Another day, we've got a first slip in, that's gobbled up easily, but went past the keeper by a foot and a half and raced away to the boundary. Third man doesn't come into play when it's so fine like that. Alzari looks a little bit despondent. 49 needed from 59, 74 for 3 South Africa. Alzari runs in, Stubbs waits, just plays that one down in front of him. Momentum takes it to, let's say, gully. It'll be a dot ball. A couple of times there, Stubbs, he plays it so late. Often he gets his bat on it, but it doesn't stop the momentum of the ball. That's all right if it's outside off stump, but he almost got bowled earlier on, playing a similar shot. Stubbs waits, Alzari runs in, clips this to backward square leg. That'll just be a quick run single. 75 for 3. It'll be Klassen on strike now. Stubbs has moved on to 19 from 14 deliveries. 48 runs required. Klassen waits, surveys the field. Alzari turns, starts his run up. Bowls on the pads that are in front of the stumps, but Klassen gets bat on it, puts it through mid-wicket. That'll be a single. If he'd have missed that, that would have been plumber than a plum thing. But as the saying goes, from Gino de Campo, if my grandma had wheels, she would have been a bike. And wisdom from our little Italian chef. 76 for 3. And the Stubbs on strike, 2 balls left of this 8th over, 6 from it so far. Stubbs tickles this down to third man, that'll just be an easy single. 1 added to the total. 77 for 3, 46 runs required. Subs on 20, Klassen on 22. Alzari runs in, final ball of his over. Klassen on strike, he bounces Klassen. Klassen gets in a real mess there. Just tries defending his body, gets a glove on it, goes high in the air. The keeper runs back and makes a great catch over his shoulder. Klassen has gone. Yeah, it came off his gloves, I think. Ooh, what a good take that was. Running back and then at full stretch as the ball went over his head. Caught Poo rambled Alzari. Henrik Klassen goes back to the sheds. 22 runs to his name, but only took 10 deliveries. Good effort there. Was the final ball of the 8th over there. Alzari's figures are now 2 for 16 from 2 overs. 7 runs off his last one. Miller's the batsman coming in. It's Stubbs on strike for the start of the 9th. He's currently on 20. Remember, the winner takes it all from this match. Also remember, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, please give us a like. Also, if you can hit subscribe, that's fantastic. Excuse me. Hopefully we'll be back live streaming soon as well. Not doing it as live. But the likes are very important. It only takes a second to click a button. Be greatly appreciated. Going to be McCoy into the attack for his first over. Stubbs on strike. That's a wide off his first delivery. Not what he asked. All the West Indies needed. South Africa will take it though. 1 added to their total. 78 for 4. 45 runs needed from 54 deliveries. Waits, McCoy runs in. Right-handed batsman, left-handed bowler. That late shot again goes to backward point. That'll be a dot ball. McCoy in. Outside off stump. Stubbs thrashes at it to drive it. Gets a thick outside edge though for a single down to third man. 79 for 4. Minutes past 5 here in the UK. Bright weather outside now. Looks like some cloud cover though. And I've got to be up for work in just under 45 minutes. I hope the hurry up. It's going to be a long day, but well worth it. McCoy into Miller. This one goes down the leg side. That's going to be given you know what. No margin for error. 1 will be added to the total. 80 for 4 now. 43 needed. 52 balls to be bowled. I've got a feeling this isn't going to go off the full 52 balls though. West Indies need wickets. McCoy runs in. That's not going to cut it. Straight down leg side again. That's 3 wides from this over so far. He's bowled 5 deliveries. You had a wide, a dot ball, a single, then two wides. Away, still to get off the mark. This one's got down to third man. He will get off the mark with a single. You just get the feeling now the writing's on the wall for the West Indies. You know, there's always a chance somebody takes a hat-trick though. We've seen enough of them during this World Cup. So you can never count your chickens, but Stubbs is on strike. McCoy runs in. Once again, he plays that late shot. Backward point stops that for a single. Two balls left of this over. McCoy runs in. This one's driven through the covers. Fielder at deep extra cover can't stop that. Crashes into the boundary. Not a good over this from McCoy. It's going to be a 9-ball over. Final ball of the over. Stubbs on strike. Head over the ball, plays it into the ground. Point will pick the ball up. That'll be a dot ball to end the over. Not a good over from McCoy, really. 9 runs from it. 9 overs completed. South Africa on 86 for 4. They need 37 runs from 48 deliveries. Stubbs is on 25 from 20. Miller, the new batsman, in. He's got a single. He faced 1 delivery. South African fans in the crowd, they look happy. Looking a little bit less tense now. Now the West Indies facing defeat here. Looking like they're going to be going out of the tournament. It looks that way. From Alzari to bowl his 3rd over. 2 for 16 from his previous 2. It'll be Miller on strike. Alzari runs in. Left-handed batsman, Miller, just pushes that into the cover, takes a quick single. South Africa move on to 87. There'll be Stubbs on strike. He's going along nicely at just over a run a ball. Alzari turns, steams in, Stubbs waits. Flicks that off his hip. Backward square leg will come around, keep that down to a single. 88 for 4, South Africa move on to. Miller waits. Alzari runs in. Plays it late to backward point, straight to the fielder. Dot ball. 35 from 45 deliveries. What South Africa need. And the outfield's still damp. Fielding side's having to dry the ball between every delivery. Zari into Miller. Bit of width there. Flat bats that through the covers but finds a fielder. That'll be another dot ball. Balls left in the over. Alzari runs in. There's a little bouncer at Miller. He just sways backwards, lets it go past his eyes. Straight through to the keeper. Dot ball. Miller not interested in trying to hook that. One ball left of this 10th over. Just starting to see a couple of glum faces in the crowd, and believe me, they are West Indian. I think they know the writings on the wall as things stand. This one's just tickled down to third man. That'll be a single, the end of the over. Stubbs on 26, Miller's on 3. It's going to be Russell to bowl his third over. His first two went for 2 wickets for 10 runs. South Africa need 34 runs to win and proceed into the semi-finals. They've got 42 balls left to get that target. 4 wickets down. Russell runs in. Left-handed Miller waits. This one keeps a little bit low actually. Beats the bat. Runs through to the keeper. Russell's ready. Now the batsman is. He runs in. Tries to put this through the offside. Swing and a miss. Appeal for a catch behind by the keeper. No one else is interested. That'll be a dot ball. Second one of the over. So, into Miller, pitches this one up, Yorker length, just short. Miller jabs his bat down, the ball goes back to Russell, that's the third dot ball of the over. This is alright for the West Indies, but they need to be taking wickets. They need wickets. South Africa need 34 runs to win from 39 balls. Russell runs in. Bouncer comes in there. That's going to be a wide. That's going to be wide and not what they need. A great delivery that in the test match. not in a T20. Young lady in the crowd showing her displeasure. Still Miller on strike. My eyes are getting ready to close. I need sleep. Russell just jabs this one into the ground. Inside edge. Doesn't go towards the stumps. He just scamper for a single. I need some sleep and my alarm's going off for work in a minute. It's alright once you start moving around, isn't it? It's just when you sat watching. 2 balls left in this 11th over. .32 required. 38 balls left to be bowled. Stubbs on strike. Russell runs in. Russell goes down the wicket here. Gets a thickish edge and that'll fly down to deep backward point for a single. Stubbs moves on to 27. Miller's on strike now. He's got 4 from 10 deliveries. All the over. Russell, good delivery. Fields it himself as it comes back down the wicket. That's a dot ball. Just 3 runs from it. That included a wide. Good effort there from the bowler. Chase to come into the attack. He's going to bowl his first over. Going to be Stubbs on strike. Stubbs on 27 runs scored from 22 deliveries. Top effort there. What's Roston Chase going to bring? Right-handed batsman waits. Right-handed spin comes in. That's clipped to the leg side. They won't take the fielder on. That's 1 added to the total. Left-handed batsman now, Miller. Right-handed spin from Chase. Takes a step back. Tries to lob it over leg side, but just finds the fielder at mid-wicket. That's a dot ball. Chasing again. This one's pitched up. Just jabbed back to the bowler. Chasing. This time takes a step to the leg side, tries to cut that to backward point. No bat though, and it leaves his stumps wide open with that leg side movement. Ball clatters into the stumps. They light up. And Miller, he's got to go. Chastises himself. Shakes his head. But Miller goes for 4 from 14. Bold chase. Johnson's the 6'7" batsman due to come in. Got a game on. 93 for 5, South Africa. 30 runs needed from 32 deliveries. Still got Stubbs in the middle. He's on 28 from 23. Jansen, the new batsman, to come in, and he'll be on strike. Two balls left of this over as well for Jansen to potentially face. Chases into him. Just pushes this one to long on. That'll be one added to the score. Stubbs on strike for the final delivery. He's on 28. Just pushes this one back to chase the bowler. It'll be a dot ball to finish. 12 overs completed. South Africa 94 for 5. 29 runs required from 30 deliveries. They won't be panicking just yet, South Africa. But I tell you what, if they lose a couple of wickets pretty quickly, they might just start getting squeaky little bums. And when that happens, it can do a strange thing to a person's shot choice. Just a reminder, 12 overs gone, but it's reduced to 17 overs now. We lost 3 overs due to rain, so everything's Duckworth-Lewis adjusted. Russell runs in, first ball of his final over. Jansen just pushes that to mid-wicket. That'll be a dot ball. 29 from 29 required. Going to Jansen. Pulls it onto his pads. It goes really fine. There was a little tickle either off bat or pad. But fine leg isn't that fine, and it races away to the boundary. That'll take a little bit of the pressure off South Africa. It'll put a little bit more pressure onto the West Indies. We're at that stage now in the match where if you're not giving pressure, you're taking pressure. Russell runs in. Jansen waits. Just pushes this one back down the wicket. The bowler will field his own delivery. That's a dot ball. 98 for 5, South Africa. 25 runs required from 27 deliveries. Russell into Jansen, bowls it onto his pads. This time, fine legs come round a little bit finer. That'll just be a single. Otherwise, that would have been another 4 on the board. 99 for 5, South Africa. Stubbs is on strike, the right-handed batsman. Russell runs in. This one's thrashed through the covers, but it's a bump ball again. Fielder takes what the crowd thought was a catch again. It's just a dot ball. Stubbs is on 28. South Africa need 24 from 25 deliveries. Final ball of this 13th over. This one's pushed through to long on. That'll just be a single. $100 up for South Africa. Stubbs on strike. This one's clattered to deep mid-wicket, but he's not timed it. He's not timed that. Chase gets his man. That's the wicket the West Indies wanted. Stubbs has got to go. Caught at deep mid-wicket. West Indies fans are looking a little bit happier. Dare they dare to dream. Stubbs goes for 29 from 27. Caught Mayers, bowled Chase. 4 forwards in that innings. A wicket for Chase in the first ball of this 14th over. He's got 2 for 2 from one over and 1 deliveries. What a good bowling effort that is from the spinner. Little bit more animation now from the West Indian fans. We've got a game on. Going to be Maharaj to come into bat. $23 runs required to win from 23 deliveries. No time to get your eye in here for Maharaj. Gets tucked up on his crease there though with a bit of spin. That's a dot ball. Just drops in front of him. Couldn't get that one away, the batsman. Chasing again, this time Maharaj, he pulls it to the leg side. It'll just be a single though. Finds the fielder at forward square leg. Looks like it's getting harder for the South Africans to score here. Johnson, tickle down to short third man. Right to the fielder though, and that's a dot ball. The pressure's starting to build. Johnson on strike. Flicked onto the leg side. They'll try for 2 here. They'll get 2 as well. They're taking the fielder's arm on. Johnson, he's so tall. As soon as he leans forward, he could almost be at the bowler's end, running to the batter's end, and he'd be in his crease. 103 for 6. Johnson on strike. Look at concentration on his face. 1 ball left to chase is over. This one's just pushed back past the bowler dives, can't field it. Long off will run that in, just a single off it. Johnson will remain on strike. 14 overs gone, 104 for 6 South Africa. They need 19 runs from 18 deliveries. Just 4 runs off that last chase over. Interesting to see who bowls this over. I think only 2 bowlers can bowl 4 overs now. because of the loss of 3 overs with Duckworth Lewis due to inclement weather. But let's be honest, it was an absolute monsoon squall that came in from nowhere. But that's the reason we had an hour delay. And we lost 3 overs. Alzari into the bowling attack again. This one's clipped through the leg side by Johnson. He'll get a couple at least here. Yeah, just a couple. Didn't risk the third. 106 for 6 South Africa. 17 runs required from 17 deliveries. Anthony B, the South African fan. The nerves will be jangling. David, Anthony Joseph Jr. You'll be the same, supporting the West Indies. This one's just pushed through point. That'll be a single. 16 required from 16. 107 for 6 South Africa move on to. Wonderful shot there. Johnson and Maharaj just fist pumped in the middle of the wicket, and the difference in height was comical. It's going to be Maharaj on strike. Has to cut this one down to third man. Doesn't get back to ball though. That'll be a dot ball. 16 required from 15. What does South Africa do here? A dangerous game to try and get this in ones and twos. At what point do they go big? Remember, the loser of this match is out of the World Cup. The winner moves into the semi-finals. Bowler runs in. This one's just chopped down to the leg side. It'll be a quick single. Required from 14. You certainly wouldn't want to get to the last ball needing 2 runs from it, that's for sure. It can be difficult trying to get this ball away as the innings go on. Going to be Jansen on strike. 2 balls left of this over. Harry runs in. This one's pushed over cover. Chance of a catch. Misses the fielder. Then there's a misfield. He'll come back for 2. South Africa move on to 110. Johnson played this through the covers. Missed the fielder. And there was a misfield. Trying to keep the run down to a single. That allowed them to come back for the second. And at this stage of the game, that could be vital. Johnson on strike, Alzari runs in. Final ball of the over, just plays that one in front of him to cover. That's a dot ball to end the over. Alzari looks disappointed there. Only 6 runs from the over. It's a good effort. 2 for 25 from 4 overs, his final figures. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. "13 runs required. 12 balls to be bowled. At the wicket, we've got Maharaj who will be on strike. He scored 2 from 4. And Jansen at the other end. scored 14 from 12. Going to be Chase to ball. This will be his third over. His previous two, he's got 2 wickets for just 6 runs. Showing a picture of Nodge looking apprehensive. He sits on the bench. That's a dot ball there. Maharaj can just push that one back to the bowler. Got it off the bottom of the bat. 13 required from 11. Time the batsman goes down the wicket. Gets it off the bottom edge. Smashes that over deep cover but doesn't get enough on it. Right into the fielder's hands. Alzari. Maharaj has got to go. 110 for 7. South Africa now. Got it off the bottom of the bat. The pressure mounts now on South Africa. So 2 from 6 deliveries. Danson still there, the 114. "13 runs required from 10 deliveries. Yes, has got 3 wickets for 6 runs. He's only bowled 14 deliveries. Going to be Rabada to come into bat. What does he do? What does Rabada do? Does he try and get Johnson on strike? Or does he go for the big hit? What does he do? We shall find out. Rabada on strike, left-handed. Just tickles that to mid-wicket. There'll be a quick single there. Good job he got some bat on it, because he would have been potentially looking at an LBW appeal there. Doesn't get much better than this in a cricket match, does it? So it's going to be Johnson back on strike. Chase runs in. Johnson clubs this through deep mid-wicket. That'll be a single. 11 required from 8 deliveries. There's a few in the crowd now who definitely look like they're holding their breath. South African and West Indian alike. Yes, into Rabada. Tries to club this one over the leg side, misses it. The keeper's up to the stumps but can't take the ball cleanly. They'll run 2 there. That'll be 2 byes, but they won't bother one jot, South Africa. Nine required from 7 deliveries. Ooh, that was close to the leg stump as well, that ball. Went through bat and pad as Rabada tried to hoik it over the leg side. Got nothing on it though. 9 runs required from 7 deliveries. 1 ball left of this chase over. Rabada on strike. Lobes that through the covers. Fielder at deep cover can't get there. That's 4 added to the total. The end of the over. What a final over we've got coming up. Anguish on the face of the West Indian supporters. It's going to be Jansen on strike. He's on 15. It's going to be McCoy to bowl the last over. He's only bowled one so far, and that went for 9. A repeat of that won't be good enough for the West Indies. South Africa need 5 runs for victory and to progress into the semi-finals. 6 deliveries to complete that task. Looked like they were going to complete it comfortably earlier. However, some good bowling by the West Indies, some good catching. A couple of indifferent shots from the South Africans, and this is where we are left. 1 over left, 5 runs required. Just sorting the field out now, the West Indies. Jansen, he's surveying the changes. Right, there's a few people praying. Jansen waits, McCoy runs in. Pitches this up. This is clubbed over to. And just like that, the game is pretty much finished. He just clubbed that ball back over the bowler's head. Long gone, couldn't get there. It just makes it over the boundary ropes for 6. South Africa celebrate. Commiserations to the West Indies. South Africa win by 3 wickets. So now we know who's going through to the semi-finals with England. If you're a West Indian fan, sadly, it won't be your team, but they did put a valiant effort up, that's for sure. My alarm's going to go off to get up for work any minute, so I'm just going to say, if you've enjoyed the stream, please hit subscribe. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. We get lots of views, but not many people will hit the like button. It's important that you do, please. It just shows YouTube that people are happy with the content that we're putting out there. And click that notifications bell. Keep up to date with what we've got coming. Hopefully live streaming again soon. I am Jimmy James. You have been watching Catch It Live First. I hope you've enjoyed the cricket. We'll see you soon.